पार्थाय प्रतिबोधितां भगवता नारायणेन स्वयं व्यासेन ग्रथितां पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम् अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीम् अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम् अम्ब त्वामनुसन्दधामि भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणी नमोऽस्तु ते व्यासविशालबुद्धे फुल्लारविन्दायतपत्रनेत्र येन त्वया भारततैलपूर्णः प्रज्वालितो ज्ञानमयप्रदीपः प्रपन्नपारिजाताय स्तोत्रवेत्रैकपाणये ज्ञानमुद्राय कृष्णाय गीतामृतदुहे नमः। सर्वोपनिषदो गावः दोग्धा गोपालनन्दनः पार्थो वत्ससुधीर्भोक्ता दुग्धं गीतामृतं महत् वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं भीष्मद्रोणतटा जयद्रथजला गान्धारनीलोत्पला शल्यग्राहवती कृपेण वहनी कर्णेन वेलाकुला अश्वत्थामविकर्णघोरमकरा दुर्योधनावर्तिनीं सोत्तीर्णा खलु पाण्डवैरणनदी कैवर्तककेशवः पाराशर्यवचः सरोजममलं गीतार्थगन्धोत्कटं नानाख्यानककेसरं हरिकथा सम्बोधनाबोधितम् लोके सज्जनषट्पथैरहरहः पेपीयमानं मुदा भूयाद्भारतपङ्कजं कलिमलप्रध्वंसिनः श्रेयसे मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे परमानन्दमाधवम् यं ब्रह्मा वरुणेन्द्ररुद्रमरुतः स्तुन्वन्ति दिव्यैस्तवैः वेदैः साङ्गपदक्रमोपनिषदैः गायन्ति यं सामगाः ध्यानावस्थिततद्गतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनः यस्यान्तं न विदुःसुरासुरगणा देवाय तस्मै नमः। ओम नमः शिवाय। ओम जय श्री कृष्ण। ओम श्री कृष्ण परमात्मने नमः। अथ त्रयोदशोऽध्यायः क्षेत्रक्षेत्रज्ञविभागयोगो नाम त्रयोदशोऽध्यायः. So it's a vibhaga, kshetra and kshetragya vibhaga, that is distinction between kshetra and the kshetragya. So before we go into our study for today, it's always useful to have a quick look at what we have covered so far and what is it that Bhagavad Gita gives us. Why reiterate? Because unlike so many things that we don't do Bhagavad Gita study daily. We do once a week. And that once a week also is subject to various constraints. There are three kinds of constraints. Adi Daivika constraints. Constraints that come from natural resources. Like, you have a earthquake, tsunami. So these are natural disasters. Adi Daivika constraints. Then we have Adi Bhautika constraints. Bhuta means other created beings. So Adi Bhautika means something that originates from other bhutas. Just as we are studying, somebody may play their speaker and things like that very loudly. Somebody will call. And if I don't answer, they will keep calling. So volume increased. Let me see. My volume is in maximum. Okay. Let me see if there is any other button. This button is also maximum. This is not audio button. Yeah. Is it okay now? Somewhat? I hope it's okay.
Yes, it is. It's better.
Yes.
It's better.
Okay. So then we have Adi Bhautika constraints. Adi Bhautika constraints. So like when I start singing when I start talking, somebody plays loud music, or somebody cooks, somebody makes noise. Unexpectedly, visitors come, children playing around. These are called Adi Bhautika constraints. Then we have a third type of constraints, which is called Adhyatmika constraints. Adhyatmika means constraints that come from inside, from your own mind. So many things. Suddenly you get a reminder that some bill is not paid. Okay. And then you have not done something. So then, then that causes a lot of disturbance from it. Oh, I'm not done, I'm not paid the bill. Today is the last day. You stay till 12 midnight, you can pay. But it occupies. Okay, so all these are the type of constraints, and these distract us from retaining what we have studied. What we have studied is fine, but retaining it becomes. And then comes the life's challenges, the pressures that we face in life, the various constraints, other things outside that happen. So these things, you know, push out the retention. That is what happens is this is like a database. This is like one of those, this database. This is a hard disk, which has limited space. It is occupied by so many other data, copies of data, backup, so many things are here. And we have never bothered to clear it. So when fresh data goes in, it possibly says it doesn't have sufficient space. And if the data doesn't make much impression on you, it will anyway not stay. So therefore, we need to reiterate. So let's see, the Bhagavad Gita is divided into 18 chapters, divided into 3 sections. Pratama Shatkam, Madhyama Shatkam, Charama Shatkam. 3 divisions of 6 chapters each. And each division covers 3 topics. In the first Shatkam, 6 chapters, you have what is called Jiva Swarupa. What is the nature of me? Okay, this is a question all of us ask. Who am I? So Jiva Swarupa. And for the Jiva Swarupa, for you to understand it properly and for you to retain it properly, you must have a Shuddha Antakarana. Antakarana means instrument. That instrument must be Jnana Yogya. For that, you have Karma Yoga. Karma Yoga is the only sadhana which gives you Chitta Shuddhi. What is Karma Yoga? Ishwara Arpana Buddhi, Ishwara Prasada Buddhi. I serve to the best of my ability as a seva to Ishwara, leaving results in his hand. It is not that I don't want results. I say the results are, I recognize that they are the outcome of Ishwara's order. And I accept Ishwara's order, infallible order, as a prasada. So, Karma Yoga gives you Ishwara Arpana Buddhi, Ishwara Prasada Buddhi. So, Chitta Shuddhi will come. And the third subtopic in in the first 6 chapters in the first Shatkam is Jiva Prayatna. Many things in the world will not happen on its own. You have to do some prayatna. See, for so many other vidyas, we are willing to do prayatna. Why not for Atma Vidya? In fact, for Atma Vidya, you have to do extra prayatna. Because it's knowledge of the yourself. Knowledge of others, things you can manage. You can have key, you can have Google updates and things like that. Atma Vidya, yeah, you can have. The Atma Vidya doesn't work like that. So you have Jiva Swarupa, Karma Yoga, Jiva Prayatna. This is the first 6 chapters. Then comes the second 6 chapters. The second 6 chapters will have Ishvara Swarupa. So you had Jiva Swarupa, first topic will be Ishvara Swarupa. How will Ishvara Swarupa be revealed to you? Ishvara is revealed to you as Abhinna Nimitta Upadana Karanam, non-separate material and intelligent cause of everything that you see, Srishti. We have studied it in details. Material cause. So everything is made of a material. There's also intelligence. Whereas when it comes to the Srishti, the material and the intelligent cause are on the same locus. We saw it last week, like a spider example, my own dream example. These examples are given, and Ishvara Swarupa is revealed to you. Now, Ishvara Swarupa is revealed. The next step is, how do I assimilate the Ishvara Swarupa? How do I relate to this Swarupa? So you have Ishvara Upasana Yoga. Ishvara Upasana Yoga is given to you. How is Ishvara Upasana Yoga given to you? In the form of Saguna Ekarupa Ishvara Upasana. You invoke a personal Ishvara, Ishta Devata. Okay? Then you expand it to Vishwarupa Ishvara so that you get Chitta Vishalata. And you take further to say Vishwarupa, you take it to Atmarupa. That means I and Ishvara are on the in content, we are just the same. So Ishvara, first is Ishvara Swarupa is given to you, then Ishvara Ishvara Upasana is given to you, and then the second yeah. Now, for this to happen, for you to be able to relate to Ishvara, what are the problems while relating to that is your past will cloud you, your thoughts. Something is not working and somebody will plant an idea, you are born sinner and things like that. So these pasts won't leave you, guilt won't leave you, hurt won't leave you, and your anxiety about the future won't leave you. For all these to go, you need Ishvara Anugraha. So in the second Shatkam, the second six chapters, you will have Ishvara Swarupa, Ishvara Upasana, and Ishvara Anugraha. These three topics will be covered. Now we come to the third Shatkam, Charama Shatkam, peak. Okay. What is covered here? The first thing that is covered here is Jiva Swarupa, Ishvara Swarupa, Aikyam. How is Jiva and Ishvara one and the same? You know, it is like an equation. In equation, 8 is equal to 8 is not an equation. Okay. 9 minus 1 is equal to 8 is an equation. That means on the left side and on the right side, there is an apparent difference. The difference is not real. If it were a difference, then it's not called an equation. You will put an equal to and say cross it. It's not an equation. It's an equation only if between the left side and the right side, there is an apparent difference. Then you use a technique called BODMAS, brackets of division, multiplication, addition, subtraction. And what's your discovery? Left side is equal to right side, QED. So in the same way, this side is a Alpa Shaktiman, weak, Alpa Buddha, Alpa Buddhi, Alpa Shaktiman, weak, struggling, samsari. Okay. And what is on the other side? Sarva Shaktiman, Sarvagyaha, Aishwarya. He's got all the Aishwarya. Bhagavan. It says this side is equal to that side. You say, what are you talking? So, that Aikyam is revealed to you using a certain prakriya. So, first you see what is called Kshetra, Kshetragya, or Jiva Swarupa, Ishvara Swarupa, Aikyam is revealed to you. Okay, then what else is it? Good to see these notes on here, so that I give you as accurate information. Yeah. Then for this aikyam to happen, you must have this buddhi available. Because it happens here. It doesn't happen at the physical state. See, a piece of coal and a piece of diamond is equal to same in content, carbon. Physically, this won't become that. This value is different, this value is different. But in content, they are essentially one and the same. So for having understand that, you must have a sadhana. Sadhana, that sadhana here is called jnana yoga. Okay, you must have what sadhana, what you must do. This must be available all the time. If it's going to be clouded and overcrowded and what do you call, because it is, they say, downloaded all kinds of muck, it won't work. You have to learn to have inner leisure space between both the ears for you to appreciate. And for the jnana yogyata prapti, you need sadhana. Jnana yogyata prapti sadhana. You must do. So it contains that. Chapter 13 itself will introduce. Chapter 13, 16, 17 will introduce all the sadhana. Then comes the third one, Sat Guna. See, you are studying Aham Brahmasmi. I and Ishvara are one and the same. And what is Ishvara's guna? Ishvara is Sarva Shaktiman, Sarvagyaha, Samagram Vairagyam he has. He has infinite capacity for forgiving people, forgiving everything, accommodating everything. Do you have even this in small measure? So therefore, it is called Sadguna. I cannot be an adharmi. I can't do adharma. I cannot compromise what is proper for my selfish ends and also study Brahma Vidya. It will not work. Some people say this is separate, that's separate. It will always remain separate. It will never work for you. You may have 1,20,000 rupees. There is a Bhagavad Gita available in the market. You may have a 1,20,000 rupee Bhagavad Gita adorning your bookshelf. What does it concern? You will say celestial song. That will be your knowledge. Celestial song. And then Krishna talks to Arjuna. You may even quote some excellent verses. Ekarmanyevadhikarastema phaleshu kadachana. Seek to you do your duty. Do not expect results. Send mail. Don't expect it to reach me. Is it? Switch on your Zoom. Don't expect it to connect. Is it so? So for you to assimilate the whole thing, you need Satguna. So these will be the 9 topics covered throughout the Bhagavad Gita. We are entering the 13th chapter, the Charama Shatkam, and it is called Kshetragya Yoga. Vibhaga Yoga. Yoga means not standing on your head. Yoga means topic. Kshetrakya Vibhaga. How to discern the difference between Kshetra and Kshetragya. And the 13th chapter starts with a question by Arjuna. So it will always start with Arjuna Uvacha. Okay, let's read what it says. Arjuna Uvacha. We read it last week, we'll quickly do it again. Prakritim Purusham Chaiva Kshetram Kshetragyameva Cha Etat Veditumichhami Jnanam Nyeyam Cha Keshava. So he says, hey Keshava. Well, by this time he has recognized Krishna as a teacher. And in Bhagavad Gita, in Mahabharata in particular, Vedavyasa presents Sri Krishna as Bhagavan, as Gita Acharya, so as a guru. So Krishna Avatar doesn't stand with 8 alone, it also percolates down to 9 as guru. So Bhagavata, Krishna is avatar number 8, Gita Charya Krishna is avatar number 9. Okay, you can have interpretation. Oh, you have this license. So Krishna is 8 and 9 avatar, not just 8th avatar. 8th avatar, 9th avatar. Kalki, all the Mahavishnu is a different avatar. So here he is coming as a teacher and his student is asking the teacher, Veditum ichhami, I would like to know. What would I like to know? I would like to know etat, the following. The difference between Prakriti and Purusha. The difference between Kshetra and Kshetrajna. And Jnanam and Jneyam. So you talked about all this, you have talked about up to chapter 12. You have talked about Prakriti, you would like to talk about Purusha. You have talked about Kshetra, Kshetrajna in a different terminology. I would like to know that. Then you have talked about Jnanam, knowledge, and Jneyam, that which is to be known. So many things you have talked about. I would like to know it. Veditum ichhami. That means, has he not understood so far? The subject being subtle, it has to be reiterated as often as possible with that, so that it becomes your knowledge. When we go out for the first time, let's say you're leaving town, you are leaving your hometown, you live in your village somewhere deep down in South Tamil Nadu, and you're going to some far off place, Bombay, to go to work. What will your mother tell you? Careful with your money. You don't know the language, so don't talk to everybody. Keep your things safe. The trains will be very crowded. After you have reached there, you talk to her. She says, are you careful with your money? Are you taking care? Are you eating properly? Knowing you fully well, are you washing your clothes? Are you having bath? All this also she will ask you. Just to reiterate that you are, you have it in your head so that it's well assimilated. That's why he's asking 6 subjects as though, but there are actually only 2 subjects. 6 terms. Okay, technical terms, 6 terms, but actually only 2 topics. Prakriti, Kshetram is said. Okay, then Purusham, Kshetragya, Jneyam is said. Then what about Jnanam? Jnanam in this context is different. Okay, so essentially 2 topics and Jnanam. That's how we have to understand this. This is why we need teachers to unfold such subjects. Otherwise, we'll do some basic translation and land up somewhere else. So, 6 terms broken up into 2 subjects and Jnanam. Okay. So, what is Prakriti? Prakriti is matter. Okay. And what is matter? Kshetra is matter. What is Kshetra Prakriti? That is your entire field of experience. Okay. Then what is Purusha? The experiencer. Experience with an R. Our Swamiji will say experiencer. Okay. He is a Purusha. Purusha is the one who experiences. Kshetragya. Kshetragya is field of experience. Kshetra is a field of experience. Prakriti is matter. Purusha is the knower of matter. Kshetragya is the experiencer. Okay. The same Kshetragya is also known by other name, Jneyam, that which is to be known. The Kshetragya, the Purusha, and that which is worth knowing. If at all there is something worth knowing, that is Jneyam. So 2 major subjects, and then he says Jnanam. So Jnanam has a lot of contextual meanings, and here in the contextual meaning, Jnanam means values, virtues which help this knowledge to get consolidated. That's how this is to be understood. So let's see what Krishna has to say now. Okay, now Krishna will be here in the entire Mahabharata. He is not Vasudeva Krishna, and Bhagavad Gita in particular, he is not your Vasudeva Krishna. He is a Bhagavan. He is Gita Acharya, Yogeshwara, Bhagavan, Guru, Avatara. So therefore he is always be referred to as Sri Bhagavan Uvacha. Now, what is the Kshetram? Let's read the verse first, okay? Idam Shariram Kaunteya Kshetramityabhidhiyate Etadhyo Veti Tam Prahu Kshetragya iti Tadvidah. Once more. Idam Shariram Kaunteya Kshetramityabhidhiyate Etadhyo Veti Tam Prahu Kshetragya iti Tadvidah. So Sri Bhagavan Vacha, Krishna says, Hey Kaunteya, O son of Kunti, Idam Shariram, this body, Idam Shariram, Iti Kshetram is the field of experience. Abhidiyate is known. Okay? Is known. This Sharira is known to be the field of experience. So every time I am saying Kshetram, Idam Shariram Kaunteya. Well, let's do a little analysis. We are all advanced students now. No? We have come to the 13th chapter. Let's do a little analysis, study a little more deeply. Let's take these two words. Kshetra and Sharira. Why is it called Kshetra? Kshetra means so many things. You know, Kshetra Atanam, I am going to Amarnath, I am going to Badrinath. We are not talking about that Kshetra here. We are taking Kshetra about the Sharira. What is the nature of the Sharira? Kshiyate iti Sharira. That which is slowly decaying and which will disintegrate is called Sharira. It is slowly decaying, no? What was black, one is becoming grey. Eyesight, we peer and say, I can't see properly, you can't hear properly. Your taste is gone, your smell is gone. Many of us even find it difficult taking care of our daily needs. Shariram, idam, it's like, those days we used to have a sand clock with two chambers, upper chamber, lower chamber. The sand will keep running. Every day you keep changing. That's how they used to change time. The sand is running out. So this Sharira it's already told to you. It was told back, Pasam Sijirnani Yatha Vihaya. Just as everything has to go, this body also has to go. Just as this cloth will not survive forever. I bought it maybe last year. Next year it will start getting frayed in the collars. Then it will get faded in the colors. Then we use it. For the Indians, we don't throw anything away. I use it for wiping the floor and things like that. We reuse and find other uses for it. So it decays and goes away. Okay. This body also has other problems. It suffers from tapatraya. Okay. Tapatraya. Internal problems. Okay. What are internal problems called these days? They say lifestyle condition. The blood pressure, அப்புறம் என்னது cholesterol, and you have your sugar, and what else? This shortage, that shortage, magnesium shortage, zinc shortage. அப்புறம் then they tell you your vitamin D, vitamin B12. What do you have to B12? You have to consume. If you are a vegetarian, you will have vitamin B12 is a problem. These are called internal tapa. Then you have an external tapa also. What is external tapa? Mosquito bites. Mosquito bites, bird stings, not bird stings, other type of hornet and whatever call it, stings. They are called external tapa. Okay, physical. One is internal tapa, the other is external tapa. Then you have Adi Devika tapa. There's some kind of, like it happened 3-4 years ago. Adi Devika tapa. But they say it was Adi Bhautika created tapa. Everybody went about wearing a mask and a lot of people were doing Adi Devika tapa. So this is a Kshetra because it goes through a wide lot of experiences. Pleasure, pain, pain, all kinds of problems are classified into 4. ओके, शीत उष्ण सुख दुख, इस चारों में सब कुछ समा गया है. All the every problem of yours is contained in these four words. Shita Ushna Sukha Dukkha. Shita Ushna is skin level, I mean outer level. Sukha Dukkha is inner level. You may burn your hand, but it need not cause dukkham. Okay, somebody else would have burned their hand, it can still cause dukkham. Yeah, suppose your child gets hurt, you feel dukkham. So Shita Ushna Sukha Dukkha. That's why it is called Kshetram, one meaning. Another meaning of Kshetram is the field which is cultivated, agricultural field. So this body is a karma sadhana body. To do all your karma, you are as though cultivating this body to do various kinds of karma. Vihita karma, then you have kamya karma. All these karmas are doing. Some karmas you do, by prohibited actions also you do. And to do correct the prohibited actions, you do rectification entry, prayaschitta karma. You do so all kinds of karma you do. And when you do karma, what is the result? Outcome will come. Fruit. It will bear fruit. So it's an agricultural land, and when you till the land, it will bear fruit. And your karma will pay what kind of fruit? Punya karma phalam and papa karma phalam. Punya phalam, papa phalam. Punya phalam will give you sukham. Papa karma phalam will give you dukkham. This is the field. So beautifully used. Every word is so beautifully used. Idam shariram kaunteya kshetramitta vidhiyate. Now, etat, acha, etat, this body, okay? Tat vidha prahuhu. Who says this? Idam shariram kaunteya kshetramitta vidhiyate. Wise people say it. Wise people say, all wise people. This is the lagna, ye sharir hai. All of us say. After all, a body. You all say. In your language, it is built into your language. Indian language, it is built into it. You go to a doctor and you say whether you say, I am not okay, or you say this body is not okay. Say it in your language, Hindi mein boliye. You go into the doctor and say, मैं ठीक नहीं हूँ, or you will say तबीयत ठीक नहीं है. What words you use? In Tamil, what do you say? In Bangla, what do you say? शरीर खराब. I am okay. So seems to be an inbuilt understanding that the body is only a kshetra, a field. We are very clear about the field outside, but when it comes to this field, there is a confusion. We'll see it in the next one. So wise men say, etat veti. So sorry, etat prahuhu, tat vida prapuhu. People who know the reality, people who are aligned to reality say so. Tat vida, etat, this body prahuhu. Acha, tam, then, yaha veti, one who knows, okay, the kshetragya. Know the kshetragya as the indweller of this body. Hey, who says I am not okay? You have a headache. Who says I did not sleep well last night? Who says I had a tough time? Who says I have had a good time? I've done well in life. I've done well in life, but then now only things are not going okay. Who is this? So the Vedas come and reveal to you, idam shariram kaunteya kshetramitya vidhiyate etadyo veti tam pra. So people then kshetragya. So there are wise people who who want you to discern the fact that there is a knower. When there is an object to be known, when the object to be is to be known, there has to be a knower. And the knower is separate from the object. This is an object of my knowledge. Am I? Do you say, I am this book? You can address say, my book. You cannot say, I am this book. Even the most expensive car you have, you can say, I am. You don't say, I am that car. You say, this is my car.
Yes.
In the same way, there is a knower. The knower is distinct from the object of knowledge. So the object of knowledge is called Kshetra, and the knower of this object is called Kshetrajna. What is the nature of the object? The nature of the object is Aneka. There will be many. Okay? Asara. It will not be able to give you permanent satisfaction. In Malayalam, they beautifully they use the word Saramillai. Saramillai, no content.
No, it's all right.
So, it's something like Aneka, Asara, Anitya. It is not permanent. And Asatya. It does not have an independent existence of its own. This is the nature of Kshetra. Look at your own body. Aneka. Do you have one lump as a body? Handle of 5 fingers. All fingers are different. The lines are so different. The limb has joined. There's a forearm. We call it forearm. There's a shoulder, biceps, triceps. In the backbone itself, there are cervical, dorsal, lumbosacral. Medicine will tell you that it's Aneka. Aneka, Asara. Once we get some disease, we will know what kind of saram it has. Plugged, all tubes plugged inside. It's asaram. Does not have any saram on its own. The same body which was at one point of time pride of my pride is now no longer worth it. Asaram. Definitely anityam. Definitely. See, we all have one known birthday and an unknown going day. Everyone. It is born, it is gone. It will go. There is no exception. So it is anityam, asatyam. It does not have an independent existence of its own. It's a nature of kshetra. What is the nature of kshetrajya? Opposite of all this. Anekam, ekam. Okay? Then asaram, tharam, essence of everything. Anityam, nityam. Then fourth one, asatyam, satyam. So it is actually essence. Okay, look at it, essence. It is, go to the first one, eka, e, s, saram, n, nityam, s, satyam, e, s, n, s, essence. The essence, Kshetrajna is the essence. That's what Krishna opens. This is the beauty of just one verse. We have 35 more verses to come. So this is verse number 1. Let's see what he says in verse number 2. Okay, let's look at verse number 2. Idam Shariram. Now he goes further. He takes you a level further. I mean, this whole thing has come from Bhagwan. And in the hands of a wonderful teacher, it suddenly makes so much sense to us. If you read it on your own, it might not be. We may finish it and say, I've completed chapter 13 in 15 minutes. Doesn't work that way. Shravanam, listen. Mananam, reflect. Own up, nididhyasanam. Nididhyasanam is how. So let's look at verse number 3. Kshetragyam chapi mam vidhi sarvakshetreshu bharata क्षेत्रज्ञं चापि मां विद्धि सर्वक्षेत्रेषु भारत क्षेत्रज्ञयोर्ज्ञानं यत् ज्ञानं यतत् ज्ञानं मतं मम क्षेत्रज्ञयोर्ज्ञानं यत्तत् ज्ञानं मतं मम. All words once more. क्षेत्रज्ञं चापि मां विद्धि सर्वक्षेत्रेषु भारत क्षेत्र क्षेत्रज्ञयोर्ज्ञानम् यत्तज्ज्ञानं मतं मम. Okay, let's look at the word meaning first. Hey Bharata, hey Arjuna, Kaunteya. So Kaunteya, see, when the student is when the student asks a basic question, you say, my child. So when you are leading him to a certain higher level of understanding, the student also's level of understanding has to be raised. Therefore, Kaunteya is like Bharata. When I'm teaching chapter 1, I'll have to tell you how beginners. Then as you are coming to chapter 13, I'll say, you're not beginners, you're all scholars. You are not scholars, you are all Uttama Adhikaris. Having completed 12 chapters, we are all Uttama Adhikaris. So he wants to treat you. The moment he says Bharata, he says, now stand by. I am going to give you something more subtle. Hey Bharata, apicha, moreover, vidhi, no. What is to be known? To be known, kshetragyam, sarva kshetreshu, okay, the sarva kshetreshu, mam, kshetragya vidhi. Easy to understand? In all the kshetras, in all the fields of experience, kshetra aneka kshetram, no mam ekam as a kshetrajna. I am the knower, eka tattvam. So there are many kshetras. So each kshetra is alive. I am alive. There are about 3 people in this room there. Are there 3 consciousness? About 11 people in this right now in this forum. Are there 11 consciousnesses? The teacher wants you to reflect. The teacher says, Kshetra being many, the bodies being many, the indweller in the body is one and the same. अरे ये क्या बात है? Is it easy to understand? He says, yes, little careful, little subtle, but you will understand. Let's take something. I have a big pot. I have a small pot. I have a big bucket. I have a tank. I have this room. Okay? The room has space. The small tumbler has some space. The bathtub has a space. The pot has a space. Now, while the pot, the bathtub, the tumbler, the buckets, the reservoir, the room are different kshetra, is the space different? The usage, the bathroom space is not exactly the same, what you call bathtub space. The tumbler space is not the bucket space, but as space. Is it different or not? Is it different at all? So, sarva kshetreshu mam vidhi, known me to be the only kshetrajna. So, we are many kshetras. The knower kshetrajna is one and the same. Understand this. Aneka ornaments. How many gold? Just so our Swamiji was asked to come to a shop, gold jewelry shop. Somebody has opened a shop. And he was told, Swamiji, take one. Swamiji looked at the whole thing and he said, I take gold. You keep the ornaments. Is it possible? What is ornament minus gold? There cannot be an ornament minus gold.
Yes.
So that's what the teacher is trying to tell you here. Acha, Kshetragyam cha api mam vidhi, know me as the consciousness in every kshetram. Okay, okay, let's give one more example. Okay, there is a wave, WAVE, in the seashore, and it is asking another wave. Okay, Krishna Ved. It is saying, what is the difference between Kshetragya and Kshetram? Krishna Ved says, know me, know me as the content of all the waves. There is a small wave, there is a weak breaker, there is a tsunami, there is a tidal wave, everything. But all of us have our being in H2O, water. So, Sarva Kshetreshu, in all these waves, know me as the water. Sarva Kshetreshu. Okay. Cha ma vidhi. Acha, then this knowledge, this is where Krishna gives you a solid punch. He says that if at all there is anything worth knowing in life, if at all anything is really worth knowing in life, this is the jnanam. Okay, this is the jnanam worth knowing in life. That in every kshetra, I am the indweller. I am the only conscious fact. I don't even want to use the word factor because it becomes an object. Factor, object. I am consciousness in all these objects. I am awareness. I am in the form of awareness in all these objects. I am in the form of presence in all that is present. Hey, who is this I? Tat Tvam Asi. The Veda, Krishna is telling you and me. Krishna is not, he says, when he says, Aham, know me as the indweller in all this. What does he mean? How are you supposed to know Bhagavan? Left side is equal to right side. This small 5 foot something, aging body, body wise it's different. In content, what are we? Bhagavan, Satyam, suppose Krishna, you ask Krishna, who are you? Krishna will ask you a question. Do you want my resume or do you want to know me? You say resume, you say, yeah, I belong to Yadava Kula, my father's name is Vasudeva. That's what he will say. He will say, oh Krishna, I would like to know the real you. What will answer be? Satyam Jnanam Anantam. I am Eka Sara Nitya Satya. This is me. Then who am I? What will Krishna say? You are Eka Sara Nitya Satya. In essence, both of us are one and the same. The differences is in the body. All differences are in the body. This is the knowledge that is being revealed to us by Krishna in just 2 verses. And if at all there is something worth knowing, Tatyanam, yet Kshetragyo Jnanam, the discerning knowledge, the knowledge which helps you discern between what is not I and what is I is what is really worth knowing. And what will it give you? Will it give you benefit, wealth? Will it give you fame? What will it give you? It will give you, we are all having that inner inadequacy. I am a nobody. I am insignificant. I have to do this. I have to do that so that I become that, that insignificance that I have put here is knocked out for good. Because of that insignificance, I have taken myself to, I feel insecure. Somebody once asked our Swamiji, does Vedanta give you security, Swamiji? He says, no way. It's not there to give you security. It will knock off your sense of insecurity. I am small. I am nobody. Nobody cares for me. I need to achieve something so that people care for me. I want to be valid. I want to be authentic in others' eyes. And through their eyes, I want to be authentic in my own eyes. This smallness is knocked off. And unless you knock off this smallness in life, ये क्या जिंदगी है, ये भी कोई जीवन है. What is worth living? You live in this Janma, small being. Next Janma, small being. You go to Vaikunta, small being. You sit in Vishnu's darbar and what you will say? Garib aadmi hai. This is standard Indian dialogue. Garibi hatao. Are garibi is not in your property. Garibi is in your head. Garib aadmi hai, sir. It happens. We used to say in Kolkata. Somebody stands on my leg. I say, why are you standing on my leg? He'll say, Garib aadmi hai, sir. Are garib aadmi means you will sit on my head. Ridiculous. Garib aadmi hai, sir. गरीब आदमी है सर हमको कुछ आता नहीं है सर you will lifelong in this janma next janma vaikunta shivaloka wherever you go garib aadmi will go follow you in fact garib aadmi will reach there first and it is worth knowing because garib aadmi is knocked off who are you aham satyam jnanam anantam brahma यो वेद निहितं गुहायां सोष्णुते सर्वान् कामान् सः It is as though I have achieved everything that I want to achieve. That is the essence of just two verses. We will see more in our coming classes. Okay? Om Namah Shivaya. Jai Shri Krishna. We are blessed to be in this parampara, blessed to have teachers who have brought it so far.
Truly.
And with so many teachers and this parampara, nobody can touch Sanatana Dharma. You can talk, but you can't touch Sanatana. स्वस्ति प्रजाभ्य परिपालयन्तां न्यायेन मार्गेण महिं महिषाः गुरुब्राह्मणेभ्यः शुभमस्तु नित्यं लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्तु काले वर्षतु पर्जन्यः पृथिवी सस्यशालिनीं देशोऽयं क्षोभरहितः ब्राह्मणाः सन्तु निर्भया सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामया सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत् असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मा अमृतंगमय ओम पूर्णमद पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ओम शांति 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 श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः हरि ओम सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की जय हो स्वामी दयानंद महाराज की जय हो भोलेनाथ भोले शंकर तुम्हारी जय हो जय श्री राम जय श्री ओम This is a beautiful parampara and this is preserved and there are so many scholars, young scholars, who are learning the Vedas, who are learning to chant Vedas. This parampara should continue and many of us should learn. If you are not able to learn, if you are able to listen to it even once a week, you are doing a great seva to this parampara. But if you want to do something more, every month, can you set aside a small portion for remitting to a Veda Patashala? In a Veda Patashala, there are boys from the age of 7 upwards studying how to chant, and many of them will end up as Vedic scholars, wise people who will teach us more and more Vedas to our next generation. I am trying to preserve all this with the help of our friends here, Ramesh and our friend Vasudha, Dr. Vasudha Prakash. I am trying to preserve it in the form of talks about all my talks. But how will our children get it? They need, 7 and 8-year-olds are learning. And those 7, 8-year-olds very well know that they will not become billionaires. They will have to settle for an ordinary life. Whether they will be able to buy your swank apartments and 3-bedroom, 4-bedroom apartments, they don't even have desires for all that. Whether they have desire or not, they have put it behind and they are committing their life to chanting of this. And we may not be able to do so much commitment. Can you put aside a small amount and send it to a Veda Patashala of your choice? There are so many, but if you want, in our forum I'll share with you. You can directly send them, get receipts. They are income tax deductible. It will be a seva which we can do to Ishvara for having brought this knowledge down to us. This has come down from Sadashiva through our Guru to Shadi Shankara to my Guru Swami Dayananda Saraswati. It has come home to me. Teachers have come home, sat here and taught. It is possible. It is the parampara should continue. And many Brahmin students who are chanting have no means of survival because there is no more any Raja. The government gives you subsidy for going to some other country for a pilgrimage, doesn't give you subsidy for studying Gita. Schools can study their subjects, but you are not allowed to study Gita in your schools. So where the Patashalas are being taught, or the people are being taught, they live a very ordinary life. If we can support to them, give support to them in whatever form. You put aside 100 rupees a month. At the end of the year, send 1,000 rupees. Hey, how much? You spend how much on a pizza? Some thing you put aside, and in your earning capacity, please put aside something and let us contribute to Veda Patshalas. Om Namah Shivaya. Have a wonderful Monday. And the rest of the week, we'll meet you again next week. Om Namah Shivaya. Jai Ho, Gurudev.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Oh.